Got up early this morning. You had to take a pee. Amen. For some type of ailment. Because all of us, if we live long enough, this body is deteriorating and decaying. And is wasting away every day. And so every day that we get up, we ought to thank the Lord. I thank God for a mother like Arvella Williams. Because one thing she taught us from childhood was the power of prayer. She believed in prayer. She believed in calling on the Lord. And I used to see her. I used to watch her. She was passionate and she was positioned and she was potent about prayer. She believed that no matter what happens in life, God is a God that she serves. There's a God that answers prayer. I thank God for praying mother. Oh, my brothers and sisters, much prayer, much power. Little prayer, little power. No prayer, no power. Jesus said it would be this way. In John 16:33, he explained us, be of good cheer, because I have overcome the world. Remember John in 16:30? Well, the rest of the verse is important, because in this passage we are confronted this morning with a father who is experiencing some tragedy. That day, death showed up at the house of Jairus. Oh, my brother and sister, that come for this 12-year-old daughter. 12 years old. His heart now is broken. And in the midst of his tragedy, he turns to the Lord Jesus Christ. And Jairus found out that Jesus is more than enough in the times of our tragedy, trouble, temptation, or even a trial. Oh, this morning I stopped by to tell somebody here today that have experienced some pain, some shame, and some agony, that it's going to be all right. Just take a walk with me down to Jairus' house. Oh, my brothers and sisters, I look at this message this morning, the events of this passage, and I want us to look closely at the tragedy, still foreseen, to see how Jesus is able to snatch victory from the very jaws of defeat. I want to preach a little while as we go down to Jairus' house. Oh, as we take a walk with Jesus on his 80th birthday celebration. First of all, in verse 21 and verse 23, the first thing we see in this passage, we see a pitiful dialogue. We see a pitiful conversation. Haven't you been in that situation when things didn't go well in your life? Things didn't go well at school. Things weren't going well in your relationship. Things were not going well in your situation. And you had to learn how to just wait on the Lord. And lean not into your own understanding, but in all thy ways. You have to learn how to acknowledge God. And Bill, you know God will direct your path. Somebody here know well. The first thing, look at verse 20. Let me preach a minute. In verse number 22, we see the accomplishment of Jairus. We are told that this man is a ruler of the synagogue. That he is a man of prominence, a position, a prestige, privilege, and prosperity, and power. You know, I'm talking about somebody like Warren Buffett. I'm talking about, I'm talking about, he was a millionaire. He was a man of great notoriety. Well, in the community, everybody knew Jairus. He was a man who had it all. But at this moment in time, none of the things Jairus had did not even matter. When Jairus spoke, people listened. When he walked into a room, everyone stood up in recognition. But now he finds himself in a place where none of those things did not matter. You see, my brother and sister, let me tell you something. Can I drop a little secret on you? You see, sickness and death could care less about who this man is, what he possessed, what position he holds. Here's a man who is religious, but his religion is powerless to help him in this situation. situation. Yes, I guarantee as we take this walk that Jairus would have traded everything. Everything for the power to just change his situation. Because his 12-year-old daughter was dying. And I don't care who you are. I don't care where you've been or what you have. You see, family is important. And when your precious baby, your mama, your dad, your sister, your brother, when somebody is sick unto death, I don't care what you have, you let everything go. He had everything. So he thought. But really, in reality, what he had in the world meant nothing. You see, death had come to the house of Jairus. And it had come for his real treasure. That little daughter in verse 23, that one Luke called the one only daughter, Luke 8:42, was dying, and she was his real treasure. Some people spend their entire life amassing power and wealth. But when tragedy comes, it doesn't matter where you're from, the outhouse to the White House. Does not matter. Does not matter where your geographical location is, where you live, where you go to school, or what you've done. Oh, my brothers and sisters, this makes all of us, put all of us on the same equal level as one another. God's children, God's people. Oh, my brothers and sisters, some people spend their own time life, but tragedy comes. To those things meant nothing. Doesn't care if you're a millionaire, because your sickness and sorrow doesn't care if you have power, prestige, or position, even in the community. Sorrow and suffering don't care about your popularity. You see, hell could care less about you who are and what you've done. What tragedy and death come calling, you better know the one greater than yourself. You better know where to go to get the help that you need. You see, life will come into a crystal clear focus when tragedy, trouble, trial, or temptation comes. What you think matters now will cease to matter in life. Jairus knew where to go and what to do. Because verse 22 says, not only we see in 22 the accomplishment of Jairus, but in 22 we see the attitude of Jairus. Somewhere Jairus had heard about Jesus. I don't know about you. I don't know when you heard, but when I heard about his name, there was a song written, I came to him as I was, weary, wounded, and sad, but I found in him a resting place. And he had made me glad. I see the attitude of Jairus. Some, the name Jairus in the Bible means he whom God enlightened. Somehow God had opened the eyes of this Jewish official, and he saw that Jesus was his only hope. And now don't you see him going and approaching Jesus, preparing to go Jesus to walk to his house. Now at the very moment his daughter is dying, Jairus just happens to be passing through town. What a coincidence. No, it really wasn't a coincidence, because nothing God does is a coincidence. Is there anybody here know nothing that God does is a coincidence? No, it wasn't a coincidence. No, because all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord according to God, to what? His purpose. Now there in this moment, it was the divine plan of God that allowed the path of Jairus and Jesus to cross. I stopped by to tell you, it's God's divine plan that you're here right now. It's in God's divine plan that you have the occupation you have, that you're living in the house you're living in, the car that you're driving in God's divine plan. God blessed you with that, because he was teaching this morning on stewardship, giving your time, talent, tithe, and treasure. Only what you do for the Lord will last, because the earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, and the world that dwells therein. In other words, everything belongs to God, and God only allows you not to own it because he's the owner. But he gives you, makes you a manager. And you are to manage what God has. And you manage what God has well. God will bless you double for there anybody here. Word down blessed. I just thought I'd teach you a little bit since he hit on a little stewardship this morning. I put it on in my message. But let me go ahead. It was an attitude of Jairus. Notice here how this man of position and power came before Jesus Christ. He came reverently. He came prayerfully. And he came passionately. No, my brothers and sisters, that's how we ought to approach God. I learned that from mom. I learned that from dad. That you ought to reverence. You ought to have some respect. Aretha Frank said you ought to respect yourself. You ought to have some respect for the man of God. You ought to have some respect for the house of God. You ought to have some respect for the people of God. You ought to have some respect. No respect in school, no respect at home, no respect on the street, no respect. That's the problem. Nobody have respect. I remember I was passing down at Liberty Hill in Phoenix City, Alabama. Over almost 30 years ago. And I remember we had a drunk man that used to stare when he came by the church. But when you looked out there and you looked at him, everybody knew he was coming. But when he got to the church, even though he staggered, he had too much, but he had enough self-respect when he saw the speaker on the church beat. Till all of a sudden he stood up and he started walking like he was in a man's earth. And then when he got past the church, he started about staggering. All I'm trying to tell you is, even a drunk had respect for the church. And now folks are going so built on the church yard, nobody had respect. I'm talking to somebody. Talking to some of young folks, and you know there ought to be some respect in the classroom, some respect. That's the problem. Nobody respect your elders, and your elders are worthy to be respected. Honor your mother and father, that your days may be long. Y'all gonna make me preach in here. But look at me. We see the attitude of Jesus. He was reverently. He was proud. But then he was passionate. You see, the Bible says he fell. Look at verse 22. He fell at his feet. And that's what he says. The word fell means to descend from a higher place to a lower place. You got to, when you go before God, you got to lower, humble yourself. He came down from his lofty, powerful, popular, prestige position. And the Bible said to humble himself before Jesus. This is a secret many people never learned before. You are ever going to get anywhere with the Lord, you're going to have to humble yourself in his presence. You're going to have to get small before you get large. My brothers and sisters, you're going to have to come to a place where he is everything and you are nothing. One of the greatest truths in the Bible is this: the way up is down. This truth is made clear in the Word of God. Yes, when we come to the place where we see our own inability and his ability, then we are in a position to receive what we need from God. If there anybody want to get low enough, say, I'm going to get low so I can get mine from the Lord. Yeah, it's hard to keep reaching up, but it's easy to get low. When you're low, you can get all the apples in the barrel, but it's hard to get up to the top of the tree, to pull from the tree from the top. But it's easy to get them when the apple falls down to the bottom. You can just pick them up off the ground. I don't have to waste no time. All I'm trying to tell you is, if you want something from Jesus, God said you got to humble yourself. In verse 23, there we see the acknowledgement of Jairus. Because when this man comes to see Jesus, the Bible said he falls down before him and makes his petition to the Lord. He says to Jesus, I cannot do this thing, but I believe you can. What a statement of faith. Friend, that is the place we have got to get in life. Whether it be for the salvation of your own soul, the salvation of a loved one, or for help in the time of tragedy, trouble, trial, or temptation. We have got to reach down to a place where we know that while we can't, God can. Is there anybody here know whatever you can't do? All things are possible through Him, Jesus Christ, who strengthens you. In other words, you got to learn how to put it in His hand. Oh, there was a great preacher by the name of Dr. Emmanuel Scott Sr. in the Baptist Convention of Dallas, Texas, and he used to always say, put yourself in neutral and let God drive the car. Is there anybody here gonna put themselves in neutral? Say, I'm gonna put myself in neutral and let God drive me where He want me to be. That means God has a purpose, a plan, a mission, a ministry. He'll GPS you to your destiny if you just keep trusting in God. How many people gonna hold on? Say, I'm gonna keep trusting. In Joshua 5:13 and 15, Joshua meets the Lord, and the Bible says he commanded to remove his shoes from off his foot. Why just one shoe? The answer lies in ancient custom of Jewish custom. When a covenant was made between two individuals in which one possessed power to keep the covenant and the other didn't, the weaker individual handed the other individual one of his shoes. It was his way of saying, I can't, but you can. This is seen in the book of Ruth in chapter 4, verses 6 and 8. For Joshua, this was a challenge for him to come to a place where he could admit his own weakness and inability to gain the victory. It was a call for him to surrender to the Lord. For us, we need to learn the truth that we can't, but God can. Turn to you and say, but God can. There are some of you in this room, you have been trying to fight your own battles. You're just like Jairus. His 12-year-old daughter is about to die. And he goes to Jesus and humbles himself and said, Jesus, take a walk with me down to my house, because my daughter is sick unto death. There are some in this room, you're trying to fight your own battles. Your battles of bad relationships. Your battle of issues. Your battle of finances. Your battle of fitness. Your battle of family. Your battle of friends. Your battle of sickness. Your battle of mental breakdown. Spiritual bankruptcy. Your battle of emotional disturbances. Your battle of job-related issues. Marriage on the rock. Smiling on the outside while crying on the inside. Midlife crisis. Midday crisis. In your own power, you're trying to handle your battle. But I hear the Bible say the battle is not yours. But turn to your neighbor and say that, but the battle is the Lord. There are some of you in here. The problem is you're trying to fight. And you keep losing the fight. Jairus said, I know I can't, because my daughter is at a point of death. But he said, I heard a man by the name of Jesus that was coming by. And the Bible said, the Lord, I can't fight these battles, but you can. I can win the victory, but I need you in my life, but you can't. In other words, I'm trying to tell some of you all, the custom was that if you really want God to handle it, you turn it over to the Lord. And what you can't do, you know God can. So it was Jewish custom. They just took off their shoe and gave one of their shoes as a testimony to what they want God to do. The problem is this morning is, see, some of y'all are too ashamed to take off your shoe. You see, Moses took off his shoe. Joshua took off his shoe. But you ought to take off a shoe and let the Lord know, make a covenant with God of what you can do. Take off your shoe Big shoe, small shoe, tiny shoe. The Stilettos, the Gucci, and the Jimmy Choos, and the Louis Vuitton, and Stuart Wiseman, and Stacey Adams, and the Testani, and the John Lobo, and the Berlucci, and the Stephanie Beamer, and the Nike, Reebok, and oh yeah, don't forget about the polo. Take off the shoe and make a covenant with God. Ain't anybody gonna take off? All I want to tell you, Cynthia, is I can't, but God can. That's the reason I took off my shoe. And I didn't take one off when I needed it. I took two off. And then I bowed before the Lord and humbled myself. And then God could use a person that humbled themselves. Turned in there and said, take off that shoe. I don't care how much your feet may smell. Take off that shoe. Yes, sir. But secondly, in verse 24 and 25, it's in the Bible. In this story, we see a painful delay. Because in verse 24, we see the interest of the Savior. When Jairus shares his story with Jesus, listen, he receives Uncle Philip a sympathetic ear. Jesus is interested, listen, in his need and goes with Jairus to his house. Oh, my brother and sister, you see Jesus, when he humbled himself and took off his shoe and gave it to Jesus, he was saying to Jesus, I know there's nobody else that can do this but you. I got to submit myself totally to you because you're the only one that can deliver, heal, and set free my little 12-year-old daughter. What a blessed truth it is. When you bring your need to Jesus, he will be on his way into your situation to do something about your need. Is there anybody got a need that you want Jesus to handle? Satan and others may have told you that Jesus just doesn't care about you. Nothing could be further from the truth. I don't care whether you locked up, in jail, in prison, does not matter. God can set you free. Because when you set your mind free, you are free indeed. What Jesus told his disciples in Matthew 6, 25 and 31, Luke 12 and 6 and 7. But we see not only the interest of the Savior. In verse 25 and 34 of the text, we see the intrusion of sickness. Because Jesus said, as Jairus, and Jesus is walking down to Jairus' house. The Bible said there was a woman. There was a crowd. And imagine now, Jairus is walking with Jesus. And while he's walking with Jesus, there are thousands around him. But in the midst of Jesus going to heal Jairus' 12-year-old daughter, there's a woman that's been going for 12 long years. And the Bible says she have a blood issue. In other words, amen, she have a bleeding issue. Amen, she had a menstrual issue that caused her to be an outcast. That caused her to have to, amen, be declared unclean. Because if you went 7 days with a blood issue and it did not clear up, you were declared unclean. And listen, this woman was like this for 12 long years. Here it is, Jesus is walking with Jairus down to Jairus' house. And right there, here comes a woman. And the Bible said this woman had to be crippled over because she had a blood disease. She had a blood issue. She was crippled. And she was weak. Because anytime blood flow continuously flow, you become weak, dehydrated. She was to a point where she was crippled over. And the Bible said that somehow, some way, we don't know how, but she pressed her way through the crowd. I stopped by to tell you, even if Jesus is walking with Jairus to Jairus' house, along the way, Jesus got enough time to heal your illness, my sickness, my issue. He can handle your problem and my problem and all our problems all at the same time. They're walking to Jairus' house. Listen, they're walking. The Bible said they're walking to Jairus. And then the Bible said this woman crippled over. My brother and sister, the Bible said that when she pressed her way through the crowd. And all my brothers and my sisters, there were spectators out there. There were player haters out there. There were all kinds of people around here. And I imagine, I don't know how, but the Bible said the woman got so weak, but when she pressed her way through the crowd, the Bible says that she touched not Jesus, but just the hem of his garment. Just the screen, the shoe screen, just the edge, just the little screen from his robe. She reached and she just tipped it. Literally, the scholar said it was a tip. It went really in one touch. She tipped just a piece of the garment, just a screen that was hanging from the garment. And the Bible said power came out of Jesus. Virtue, power came out. And Jesus said, who touched me? The disciples said, man, there's 1,000 folks around here. What you mean? Jesus, who touched it? And then the woman looked up and Jesus told the woman, stand up. And he told the woman, by your faith, you have been made whole. There's somebody here right now. You need to reach out and just touch just the hem of his garment. And you'll be made whole. Well, my brothers and sisters, we see the invasion of sorrow. During the time of the latest servant Jairus comes to the tragic word and tells Jairus, after Jesus just healed a woman with a 12-year issue of blood, they were walking down to Jairus' house, and bad news enters in. The invasion of sorrow. They say, oh, Jairus, your daughter is dead. Can you imagine how Jairus must have felt at that moment in his world had been turned upside down? It had been for the crowd. I think Jairus would have said, if it had not been for that woman, Jesus would have made it on time. But I stopped by to tell you, God's time is not like our time. And you see, God can do what he want to do, when he want to do it, and how he want to do it. He's sovereign in his majesty. He is divine in nature. He is God. All powerful, all knowing, all omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent, omniscient, which means all powerful, all knowing, and all seeing. So that means that you don't have to worry about God. So Jairus, your daughter is dead. And don't you see now Jesus now walks to him, and we see a powerful deliverance. Because as they kept walking down to Jairus' house, I imagine Jairus is saying, it's too late. When they got to the house of Jairus, I want you to put yourself in that position. How many times has it been that you been down like Jairus and you thought it was all over? You had given up on God. Some of you all had given up on that job, on that position. You've given up on life. How many times has it seemed like you had failed? But my brothers and my sisters, when they got to Jairus' house, Jairus just noticed Jesus. They started wailing, and when they got there were all the folks making up a big rush. A great fuss came up, and folk were crying because a little 12-year-old girl had lost her life. Don't you see them? They were crying. And then some of them, were crying and wailing. And Jesus said, what are you crying about? Because the little girl that you're looking at, she's not dead, but just she is asleep. And what I'm trying to tell you is, my brothers and my sisters, as I get ready to leave you here, I want you to know today that you leave it in the hands of God. God will work it out. Is there anybody in here knows that God will work it out? And so Jesus looked at the situation. They was crying and they was wailing. Meaning they was running around and they was just holding and wailing and hollering and crying. Then Jesus said, said, let me tell you something. I want you to just leave the room. I want all of the cry babies. You need to walk out. All of y'all that are wailing and shouting, I want you to leave the room. I want you to leave the room. And then Jesus said, I don't want nobody but Peter, James, and John. Yes, you all come on with me, disciples. Where we down at Jairus House. Yes, I just healed a woman that had 12 years of blood. And then this 12-year-old girl, I know you're crying because how is it that a young girl, 12 years old, can lose her life? Yes, but then Jesus says, he called out, he said, little girl, come forth. And what am I trying to tell you is, tell about the Creole. We mean get up and get up out of your sleep. Because see, death is just a transformation. It's just a sleep. Because I hear the word saying, yeah, one of these days a trumpet gonna sound, and even the dead in Christ shall rise from their sleep. Do I have a witness? And so Jesus, who was God in flesh, he was human and he was divine. He was human because Jesus had flesh. He was divine because he was the Word of God. He was human because Jesus thirsted. He was divine because he was living water. He was human because he cried at Lazarus' grave. But he was divine because he said, got a heavenly handkerchief, wipe the tears from your eyes. He was human and he was divine. And now human takes over. Divine takes over. Human says, I got compassion and I'm going to heal the girl. Divine says, I'm going to get her up from her sleep. It's not time yet. She got more time. She's only 12 years old. She got time to go to school. She got to have time to get to college. She got to have time to get married. She got to have time to have children. She got to have time. Don't you see him saying? She's 12 years old. I'm going to give her time so that everybody will know that she once was dead, but now she lives because the power wasn't in the flesh, but the power was in the divine. And Jesus lifted up and told her to stand up. Said, now go and get her some water and give her some food because she's been asleep and her body hunger has set in. I want to tell you something, my brothers and my sisters. Your problem is you like Jairus. You think it's all over. You like Jairus. You think Jesus taking too long, but it didn't take long enough. He may not come when you want him to come, but he's always on time. I got to leave you here. He's always on time. If you wait on him, if there anybody in here, you ought to stand on your feet. Turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor he's always on time. Hey, always be not dismayed. Whatever besides you, God will. Hey, God will. behind.